CP urges 181 newly promoted officers to fight crime. On the foreign scene, another Russian region declares emergency as Ukraine offensive enters second week. And in sports news, Benue to host NPFL Media Summit. A very good afternoon to you, and thanks for staying tuned to Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin. This is the news on the hour. I am Bisola Oduwole Suleiman. We'll bring you details of the news after this break. Do stay with us.
That mental health breakdowns sound like this.
I'm emotionally stressed. I'm emotionally downcast. I am so confused of all about life.
But in reality, they can sound like this. Don't make assumptions that people are okay just because they laugh and they smile. Everyone is going through something. Check on your friends and be kind to everyone else.
This message is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin.
Welcome back from that break. Please note that you can listen to us via our website www.diamondfm.net or watch us live on Facebook at Diamond 87 FM and YouTube Diamond FM Ilorin. Now the news in detail. The federal government has traced at least 83 billion naira in cryptocurrency and fiat money channeled towards the recent nationwide protests. They include $50 million of cryptocurrency, $38 million of which were blocked in 4 cryptocurrency wallets, and 4 billion naira contributed by various political actors in Abuja, Kano, Kaduna, and Katsina. This was part of a presentation by the National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu at the inaugural meeting of the Council of State convened by President Bola Tinubu at the Aso Rock Villa, Abuja. According to multiple sources, with the knowledge of yesterday's meeting proceedings, Ribadu also revealed that an European has been identified as the mastermind of the proliferation of foreign flags during the protest and will soon be declared wanted by the police. One of the sources who spoke on condition of anonymity told reporters that local conspirators traced to the capital city, Abuja, Kaduna, and Kano have been arrested. The Senate, through its Committee on Public Accounts, has slammed the management of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL), the Federal Inland Revenue Service (FIRS), the Nigeria Police Force, and 12 others for their persistent refusal to respond to queries raised against them in the 2019 audit report. Briefing journalists in Abuja on Tuesday, Chairman of the committee, Senator Ahmed Aliyu, SDP Nasarawa West, said since heads of affected agencies refused to respond to queries raised against them in the 2019 audit report after several opportunities offered to do so. However, he stated that going forward, any agency that refuses to honor an invitation to defend its queries will have its queries sustained and reported to the Senate plenary by the committee. And still with our legislators, the House of Representatives has clarified controversies around media reports about the counter-subversion bill. In a statement signed by the Special Advisor on Media and Publicity to the Speaker, Musa Krishi, the clarification of the bill sponsored by the Speaker, Right Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, was necessitated due to misconceptions. He noted that the bill is still at the introductory stage at the floor of the House, falling within the realm of the Nigeria's anti-terrorism framework and seeks to address subversive activities by associations, organizations, militias, cults, bandits and other proscribed groups in Nigeria. Speaker Abbas Tajuddin further promised that the bill and indeed any other draft legislation before the House will pass through all the legislative processes and Nigerians would have ample opportunity to make their inputs, which will constitute the final consideration or otherwise of the bill. Still on the local scene, the United Nations Children's Education Fund has expressed concern over the 8 to 15% dropout rate among adolescents in primary and secondary schools across the southwest region, which includes Ekiti, Oyo, Ondo, Lagos, Osun, and Ogun states. The UNICEF education specialist Azuka Menkiti made the statement at the two-day regional stakeholders meeting on out-of-school child retention, transition and completion models held in Ibadan. Speaking with journalist Menkiti explained that the completion rates for primary and secondary school among adolescents aged 10 to 18 are 92% and 85% respectively, and warned that this shortfall could severely impact the education sector in both the state and the country if full retention and completion are not achieved. Meanwhile, commissioners, SUBEB chairmen, prominent secretaries and directors from various southwest states were present at the meeting to review successful intervention models and adapt a new approach that best suits their individual states. The chairman of the Police Service Commission, PSC, DIG Ashimu Arugungu, retired, has promised to eliminate corruption in police recruitment, promotion, and discipline. The Head Press and Public Relations, Ikechukwu Ani, made this known in a statement that the PSC helmsman and management received a delegation from the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, led by Mr. Paul Ture. He said the new team was poised to bring positive innovations to the Commission. It disclosed that the Commission will introduce routine examination as a requirement for promotion in the Nigeria Police Force so as to ensure quality and improved capacity in the personnel management of the force. He appealed for the continued support of the UNDP so that the Commission will be in a position to effectively take control of its powers to appoint, promote, and discipline of officers and men of the Nigeria Police Force. And still with the Nigerian police, the Kano Police Commissioner Salman Dogo Garba has decorated 181 newly promoted officers and called on them to redouble their efforts in fighting crimes in the state. This is contained in a statement by the command's public relations officer, SP Abdullahi Aruno, issued to newsmen today. According to him, the elevated officers who were promoted from inspectors to assistant superintendents of police, ASP2, were part of the recent promotion released by the Police Service Commission on 29 July 2024. In his remarks, CP Salman Dogo congratulated those promoted and their families, emphasizing on the importance of commitment, professionalism, and clean records in achieving the promotion. He also expressed gratitude to the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Egbetokun, the Police Service Commission, and the Force Management Team. Speaking on behalf of the promoted officers, ASP Jacob Yadume assured the command of their commitment to discharging duties professionally and in compliance with the rule of law. And lastly, on the local scene, still in northern Nigeria, the Taraba state government has issued a ban on the movement of cattle to and from the Mambila Plateau in the Sardauna local government area, following the confirmation of an outbreak of hemorrhagic septicemia, a deadly livestock disease. This outbreak has resulted in the deaths of over 1,000 cattle. In response, the state government, in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, has alerted neighboring states to take precautionary measures to prevent further spread. Vaccination and treatment efforts have been initiated in the affected areas. Governor Agbu Kefas, represented by Special Advisor on Agriculture and Food Security, Zanau Mekasua, expressed the state's proactive approach to controlling the spread and their appreciation for the support from the federal government and the Food and Agriculture Organization FAO. And that's it on the local scene. The news on the hour is reaching you from our studios, Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin. We take a short break. When we return, floods in Central and West Africa affect over 700,000 people. We'll bring you these on the foreign scene and many others right after the break. Please stay with us.
Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at Diamond 87 FM. Diamond FM, shining supreme.
Orúkọ mi ni Yèyélúà Tóyìn Adégbọlá. Mo sì ti lé ní 50 ọdún láyé láàyè àtàyè ìdẹ̀ra. Ìgbòkègbodò mi pọ̀ gan-an nínú iṣẹ́ tí mo yàn láàyò gẹ́gẹ́ bí òṣèré orí ìtàgé. Kì í sì rẹ̀ mí, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kì í sú mi. Àwọ̀ mi sì ń jí pépépé síbi ìtọ́mọ tuntun lójoojúmọ́. Ẹ fẹ́ mọ̀dí abájọ. Monomin Plus atẹ́jẹ̀ṣe oògùn tó ń fi epo ẹja cod liver oil ṣẹjọ́ ẹ̀ food supplement ni. Èròjà ẹ peléke, ó ń tara ṣe, ó ń mára dán, ó ń jẹ́ kọ́mọdé dàgbà dáadáa, ó sì ń jẹ́ kí àgbàlagbà máa ta kébékébé. Monomin Plus.
Monomin Plus fún èròjà tó ń tún inú ara ṣe lẹ́yìn ìwádìí ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ a tún fi èròjà cod liver oil epo ẹja sí i ló fi wá di oògùn méjì tá a papọ̀ sínú ẹyọ kan ṣoṣo la fi ń pè é ní Monomin Plus. Iléeṣẹ́ Tuyi Pharmaceutical Industries Limited àwọn tó lórúkọ tó ṣe é gbẹ́kẹ̀lé níbi kápò oògùn òyìnbó ló ṣe é. Monomin Plus. Monomin Plus.
Oh boy, Bajaj Boxer get better wolf this August oh.
Hey, not be too.
You fit get her for only 985,000 naira.
Hey, this one na better oh.
Yes so, sharply visit the dealer when near you pass to enjoy am. Offer dey available while stock last.
Welcome back from that short break. If you're just tuned in and joining us, you're listening to the news on the hour reaching you from our studios, Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin. Before we went on the break, we brought you local stories. Now we'll move on to the foreign scene. On the foreign scene, the governor of Russia's Belgorod region has declared a state of emergency as Ukraine more than 700,000 people. According